You ready?
Yeah, hold on. My mailman is looking at me.
Does he need you to... Wait, you're teasing him? You're shooing him away? Does he need you? Now you're waiting him to come in? Now you're hissing at him?
Just kidding. Get the fuck
What kind of...
Bye.
What kind of relationship do you guys
Bye.
have? You're confusing him. You blew him a kiss. You're being so rude.
All right.
Does he have mail for you?
Yes, he has a package. A really big one, too.
And he just drop kicked it down the hill.
Okay,
Through the
he's
window.
leaving. Yeah. Oh, police guys are here. Hi. Welcome back to round 3, the Sweet 16 of the greatest Jake and Amir episode of all time contest. We made it.
I think these 16 videos are actually already elite, so I hate to eliminate any to form the elite 8.
Yeah,
we're
they're
looking
sweet. They're
the best
sweet,
of the best.
But they're
They're
not
better than
elite.
Sweet. I think they're
not
elite.
Yeah.
I think they were the elite 16, and we're going to move them onto the goated 8.
The final 8. And I think that's where the contest will end. No, we got to go from 16 to 8, the entire bracket today, right here on this YouTube video.
Okay, let's fucking dive in, man.
Epic matchups. We'll start with some tiebreaker winners. Last week, we put Reddit against Gum, and the people they wanted the 1 seed. They wanted Reddit to advance.
I think
it was a bloodbath.
Yeah, there's a heavy nostalgia factor, which I appreciate and I get, and I feel it too. I think that Gum is so... all of the videos that we did at the Los Angeles office kill me. I think that was... Yeah. We were firing on all cylinders, but what they don't have going for them is that the nostalgia era. When we're in New York, it feels like there's no end to the series in sight. We are just living in joy. As soon as I see the LA office, I'm like, oh, this thing is about to sour. We're about to get
weird. We're about to get a mustache at the very least.
We're about to get weird, get a mustache. I mean, we're in that like final season kind of absurdity. Like we don't care. We're not getting canceled. But we're like nearing the end. So there's like a tinge of sadness to them.
Well, Reddit advanced as the 1 seed and is now going up against Dog, another classic.
Yeah, which is a great a great era.
Yeah. So are you leaning any direction here? Reddit, which is perhaps our most viral video because it went on the actual front page of Reddit at the time. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. It was huge. And I think I am leaning Reddit, just because it has so many jokes that have stood the test of time, more so than Dog, which is really funny, but does center on animal abuse for sure.
Yeah, we're looking for little tiebreakers, edges, because they're all such classics, but... The Bitch Barked a Bit versus Going Dickless for Michael Chiklis. Upvote me to Karma Heaven. Mm-hmm. I was at a 3 when I wrote that. There's a lot of references in Reddit that are still.
Just a shout out to today. Dog. I love when you call the dog a she bitch.
She not only abused people, she ate 2 other dogs. She ate 2 dogs during Bring Your Dog to Work Day.
Punching her in the schnozzle or the nozzle, whatever the fuck.
I couldn't be there for her. I couldn't do that. Okay, so let's...
Reddit advances.
Reddit advances to the Elite 8. Let's punch their ticket. Wow. Our first member. Mm-hmm. Next up, we have New Voice versus Celebrity Date. No tiebreakers necessary. These are just
this one's easy. This one's actually easy for me. I think Celebrity Date is a contender for best Jake and Amir. It deserves to go toe to toe with Reddit, I think.
Yeah, Celebrity Date is one of my favorites, if not my favorite. But there's so many good ones, as you said. But there's something about me being excited to have this thing and then giving you the card with the phone number on it. And that it's like this weird lamp or power. And once I transfer it to you, you become that person possessed with that business card.
Yeah.
I have Aladdined you from Jafar.
I love my energy of like getting excited that Ryan Seacrest might be at my wedding. I'm like baffled and proud. It might be Seacrest. Hell, man, I think this is amazing, right? You have to admit it. I know
can't get in the way.
I know you're hurting right now, but if you can't be happy for your boy having my wedding's gonna look like the fucking Oscars.
There's nothing you want more than to marry a celebrity.
I also think it's so funny that like the way you got the email, like Leron had Amanda Bynes' number and he texted her for the email. He wrote it down on a note card and then you smell it like she gave it to you. But that's theoretically just Leron's like handwriting.
It's kind of like a Avengers movie where it's like this thing is a drug and like when you sniff it you become powerful.
Yeah. So it's celebrity date for sure.
All right, so the final two in that region are Reddit versus celebrity date. Don't know how we'll choose a winner, but that's next episode's problem.
That's right.
All right, region 2, we got stock market versus fish scroll. Fish scroll dominated seminar in our tiebreaker,
which is I think that's a shame. I think Seminar's a great video.
Yeah, it's a little different, and I think people like the classics, and people love the scroll, so people gave it to the scroll.
And I like rewatching it, I think it probably is maybe one of our strongest scrolls. You talk about frying and eating Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, it's really weird.
It's definitely out there. And the pencil is really great. I think stock market probably takes it for me just because of the frenetic back and forth, the Mickey of it all, the Maersk weird ear.
Yeah. Stock market might be my greatest performance because I'm like so insane, constantly like starting stuff. I'm sorry, what are you doing? You're like, I'm barely talking to you.
Goodbye, Mickey. Oh yeah, that's right. You hanging up every time I have an aside. It's really
sorry about that. What are you doing?
What are you doing? I don't interrupt your work.
And I like the end when I'm like, ugh. Sometimes I feel bad about the way I'm just like constantly trolling his ass.
Yeah.
Stretching into it.
I really like the writing of who do you think makes it go tick, tick, tick so it doesn't go tick, tick, boom.
She knew who does sysobs for Maersk.
Man, yeah, it's really good. Shout out to Scroll, also very good, but stock market takes it for me.
This might be our last scroll video to be on the table. There it is.
Okay.
The scrolls have been eliminated. It's like the last ACC team left standing. Couldn't even make it to the Elite Eight.
I mean, maybe we've got to do more contests where it's like the best quick cut video, the best scroll video.
Yeah,
I mean that's
like regions.
That's how we should have
type of videos.
We should have started this from a long, long time ago.
Right, like different. We needed to do the conference tournaments first to see who advanced out of that.
We can do that next time.
Okay, and then we got two great guest appearances: Milkman Part 1 versus Dubes 3. How do we choose?
Okay, I think for me, Dubes 3 is maybe one of my favorite Dubes videos, and Milkman Part 1 is not my favorite Ben video.
Oh, interesting. Well,
I think Milkman Part 1...
Dubes was only been 3 or 4 episodes, and Ben was in like 25.
Right. Milkman Part 1 is great for pouring the chunky milk and Ben improvising, pouring multiple bottles of milk on you.
Yeah.
But the top half of that episode is mostly a sequel to Interrogator Part 2, where it's just going back and forth about how Ben blew me. So I think that Interrogator 2 rightfully is the Ben video that should advance. And Dubes 3 for the disc throw. I love just like the back and forth, the way that you and Thomas say no to each other.
Yeah.
No. No.
We're so on the same wavelength, and you don't get any of it. How many gigabytes does your company
Yeah.
own? You're
like, I
not
don't
a
think-
tycoon.
And then he was like, Thomas Hanks doesn't even have that kind of range. He's never played a woman, and he's an Academy. He's like a Video Music Award nominee. And I said, I don't think you're right about either of those things. And you say, yes, he is.
No, he says,
You'll suddenly stand up for him.
MTV
And then as
Movie
soon as
Award
you do,
winner.
he shoots it down.
Yeah. And we also have the video within the video, which showed some foresight. We shot something against a green screen, which is a lot of work for us back
really,
then.
really fun.
Dubes advances. So we got the final
so.
two. Stock market versus Dubes 3 in this region.
Wow.
Okay. Group 3. Tinder destroyed Costumes Part 2 in the tiebreaker. No surprise there. People love Tinder. But now it's going up against Icebreakers. Two all-time classics. Tinder.
Yeah.
Load. Why load? Didn't have to.
Right.
She's a bot. What'd you fucking say? Versus
demand.
Icebreakers. Shy of the
Proceed
beef.
with reverence.
Yeah. Eat my vest. Bad vest, bad you. Both of these videos have a lot going for them. Is there anything that tips the scales a little bit in one or the other for you?
I guess Icebreakers, because it's so segmented, there are parts of it that drag, and there are a lot of extras. So there are little things that make it not fully a Jake and Amir in my eyes. The way that Tinder is action packed. It is.
Yep.
It's nonstop.
And it's one of the loudest or most of laugh during outtakes. So I do have that fondness for it. Whereas Icebreakers is
being an
again
app
like more
killer.
of a silly sketch versus specifically a Jake and Amir.
It's funny. These are two videos that feature 16-year-old girls, which is very fucked up.
Yeah. Let's try not to think about those parts of the videos, but
Of course.
yeah.
Well, Load is actually 19.
Now you got me saying it.
I say it so many times.
Similarly, Table Read, which is a
Wait, so
group video.
Tinder is advancing.
Yeah, I have Tinder advancing over Icebreakers.
Okay.
And then the next matchup in this region is Table Read, another group video that's very funny, but not a traditional Jake and Amir versus IT Guy, which is more of a traditional one.
Yeah. I mean, in rewatching IT Guy, I actually really like the coverage. Like the fact that you come over to our side of the desk and then we still cross shoot between you and I, and then you go down to Mike's frame and pop back up. I think it's a well done video through and through.
It's award winning. And Rogo
really
gives a
is.
performance of a lifetime.
The slow build to it is you saying I could fix this problem in 3 seconds, but this was going to take 3 hours 3 times.
I'm serious. I can fix this problem in 3 seconds. You can't fix any problem. Wow. You
It's
took
also-
the bait.
This is around the same era as Dog, because we were doing that like silent treatment joke where you always said that you were getting the silent treatment.
Yeah.
I think we did it for like a year, but I think it's really funny that during the back and forth where I'm yelling at you, you say, I'm sick of this silent treatment. I say, I'm talking to you. And you say, you're yelling at me.
Still not the silent treatment.
So yeah, I think it's IT Guy.
All right. Next week, Elite 8, Tinder versus IT Guy.
That's big.
Last region. One almond. Killed gardening. People like their
Yeah.
almond. So that's going up against full body cast.
Yeah. I think I have to vote on behalf of the fans here for One Almond.
Yeah,
I know,
exactly.
I
The
know
one
what they
seed.
want to see.
Yeah.
And full body cast, as funny as it is, I'd like to see full body cast go up against gardening and see who wins that. But like One Almond, I think has to take whoever won that matchup. You know what I mean? Like
to be
One
the best,
Almond-
you got to beat the best.
Yeah. So I think One Almond has to advance here.
One almond is also more unique. Like it's based on nothing. Like I don't even know how or who came up with it. Like
Yeah.
what's even the origin? How do you describe that video?
I think
buy
you
a
actually
domain
just
name.
I think you found the domain and then everything else came from that. I want to see.
And the website is still up, which gives it a slight edge for me as well. What is it about one almond that's just so perfect?
Yeah, I don't have anything. I don't have anything for it except for when it finally showed up on the schedule. Actually,
Yeah.
February.
So-
I wouldn't have put that in February. February 4th, 2013.
I'm wearing a tux, so you can't really tell how cold I am.
True.
All right, we got to advance one almond over full body cast. Full body cast
so.
gave it a great run as a 12 seed, made it all the way to the Sweet 16, but it came up against a fucking buzzsaw. It's a juggernaut. You're not going to take down one almond.
No.
You know, this isn't
Relentless.
bread. Like, this is not like fucking pizza. This is a real formidable foe.
Yeah, with history.
Correct. And then one almond will be going up against the winner of Corduroy Pant, which is a 6 seed, versus Interrogator Part 2, which is the 3 seed.
What are you thinking here?
I keep saying it, but every time I rewatch Corduroy Pants, it's one of my favorite episodes. Interrogator 2 obviously made me laugh a lot, but it was sort of the same joke over and over. Whereas Corduroy Pant was like the same universe, but new jokes. And so I think the variety, the way it was shot, your performance, you getting mad at me so genuinely for talking to my mom while I was at the hospital, talking about the phone trees. Yeah. Like, how about this? Going forward, if you don't pick up, I'll just assume you didn't like the pants. I didn't pick up. I said going forward. Doesn't count retroactively. So I think I have to give it to Corduroy Pants in an upset.
Wow. I'm very conflicted because Ben's like little wind up and punching me in the face.
Yeah. And the crash zoom on you going, oh, might be one of the best cinematography moments in the video.
I guess if there's another contest for best single joke in a Jake and Amir, maybe that's what we do next year.
Interesting. Best line. There was a Reddit thread recently about the best lines. Some good ones.
That's good. Yeah. So maybe that's more the vibe, because it is one iconic great joke, but not necessarily a great video throughout.
Yes.
Though it is just that joke over and over. So in theory it is, but I can get behind giving it to Corduroy Pants.
And there is something nice about just an episode with just us making it so far. So like the guest stars are exciting and good, but they suddenly get eliminated over time until it's just like 4 classic Jake and Amir videos. So are you giving it to Corduroy Pant as well?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. The Elite 8 is set with no tiebreakers. People's opinions do not matter to us this round. Let's revisit. We got a Reddit
sound
as
off
a
in the comments if you think we're really wrong.
Reddit in a 1 seed taking on Celebrity Date, the 7 seed, in one Elite 8 matchup. We got Stock Market, the 8 seed, versus Doobs 3, the 2 seed, in one region. We got Tinder, the 1 seed, versus IT Guy, the 2. I mean, that one just went chalk. The top 2 making it all the way to the Elite 8. And then the last matchup is One Almond, the 1 seed, versus Corduroy Pant, the 6 seed. So those are the matchups to determine the final 4, which we'll do next episode.
Indeed.
Holy smokes. This is the first one we've agreed on every single matchup.
I think that's good. That's good. That's what you want near the end. We need like cohesive, definitive victories.
We need consensus. And yes, let us know in the comments if you agree with our agreements, or if there's an overwhelming veto. I can't imagine there is. Like, which one of these? We're not going like personal favorite. We're going fan favorites here. Maybe Corduroy Pant over Interrogator 2.
I think that's controversial. I think that could be controversial.
Maybe, if you guys want to weigh in on that. But otherwise, I think we're going chalk. We're going the favorites. We're going the crowd pleasers most of all.
Right.
All right. That was the Sweet 16 down to the Elite 8 on this YouTube. On Thursday, we're going to do the Elite 8 down to the Final 4 on our Patreon.
Right on.
Good job us for being organized. Good job you guys for watching. Good job you guys for weighing in.
Thanks for sticking with us.
And we'll see you next week for the final round of this March Madness bracket challenge thing, whatever the fuck we're calling it. Bye, everybody.
This is madness.